So I'm now in Stavelot, and this is one of the biggest towns in this particular region of Belgium. And it was here where the main bulk of Kampfgruppe Peiper ended up fighting the Americans, as the Spitze, the main advanced spearhead of Peiper's unit, ended up getting trapped in Le Glaise and Stoumont. Now, because a lot of fighting did take place here, and Peiper's King Tigers ended up battling it out here against the Americans, there are some excellent opportunities for some then and now photos. So, I've got the photos here. Let's go and take a look. So this is the first then and now that I wanted to find, and it's not a particularly nice one. It shows the body of a dead German soldier. The image was taken from this spot just here, and it clearly shows there's this water trough here on the left, and then we can still see the original buildings and that skyline there. Some of the buildings have changed, so that building there behind me, that's obviously changed a fair bit, but this water fountain by and large is still the same. One thing to note in the photo, we can clearly tell this is after all the fighting had finished. There's what looks like to be either an M5 or an M4 tank parked there, and you've got an American trailer. So this was definitely taken by the Americans after the battle here for Stavelot had finished and everything had been swept up. Right, we'll now go on and find another then and now, and this is one of my favourites. It's of King Tiger 105. Right, so I've come just off of the main street here in Stavelot, and this is one place that I've never found before, and I've been meaning to come here for a long time. The big red brick building behind me there has been drastically remodelled and rebuilt since World War II, and that was because in December 1944, King Tiger 105, commanded by Obersturmführer Jürgen Wessel, reversed into that building after trying to make his way up this street here, and was hit by bazooka fire. Trying to get away from the contact, he reversed into that building, and it ended up disabling his tank, at which point he and his crew abandoned it, and then it remained there, and there's some great then and now photos of it. So we can clearly see that it was that building that he hit, because the building behind it has that tiny little rectangular window offset, and we can just see that on the building behind the one that he reversed into, as well as the row of windows are actually quite low set from the top of the roof, and we can see those here in that image. So what we can see here, Wessel's Tiger really managed to jam itself into that building just there. Quite incredible to be stood here and actually see it finally. And you can see the damage caused by the fighting to the side of the building as well. Although that might have actually been when he reversed into it, I'm not sure. I mean, 69 tons of King Tiger is going to do quite a bit of damage. But one other thing that's really interesting about here is we can see from the fighting that took place, we just walk up here, there's still a load of battle damage, a load of spang marks from where bullets have struck this building up here. And you can see them from the first floor window, making their way all the way up to the second floor where that big grey light sticks out. You can see the pop marks as a machine gun fire was traced all the way up the side of that building. So that's it for the centre of Stavelot. We're now going to head to the location of another King Tiger 222. Right, so this is one of my favourite locations here in Stavelot, and it's the location of King Tiger 222 when it was knocked out, when it faced off against an M10 tank destroyer from the 823rd Tank Battalion. So the Tiger itself was knocked out there, and it was commanded by Oberscharführer Kurt Sover. What's really cool though is the town actually commemorates this and recognises it, and there's posters on the building itself in front of which it was knocked out, so that's really good. But we've got the then photo here, and what I think is really neat is in this photo we've got this tree here, and that tree is still there to this day, so that's really cool. The house there has been like significantly remodeled and modernized. I think it looks better from 1944, but that's just me. But we can still see it's got this sort of balcony type area in front of the building, and then you've got the big city building on the far side of the Omblev River, just here, clearly visible. Right, we'll go and head a little bit further down, and we'll take a look at the other perspective of this tank that I've got. So let's go. So pretty much where I'm standing now was where Tiger 222 was knocked out. And if we look at this photo, we can see clearly this building here, or this part of it, is present here in the photo. What's really interesting though, if you look where the window is now, that's where the, probably where one of the rounds from the tank destroyer went through and damaged it. Potentially, I'm not sure, but just guessing. And again, it's also really cool because there's another different shot of 222 there, and it's actually on the building and remembered by the town, which I think is a really great thing. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Then and Nows from Stavelot. If you've enjoyed the video, I would love it if you would consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. All right, I'll see you all in the next one.